For over a century, the esteemed Marshal battleships have been the cornerstone of the Concord fleet, based on the Amar Empire's Apocalypse battleship and modified extensively. The arrival of Concord's rapid response units, led by the Marshal battleships, marked the end for troublemakers daring to stir up troubles in the high SEC regions. During the Drifter crisis, DED assessed these ships and found them lacking to meet new challenges. Consequently, the Marshal was included in Concord Aerospace's force majeure initiative to develop an enhanced version of it, maintaining its status as a law enforcement and combat vessel. While Concord Aerospace successfully upgraded the Marshal and other DED ships with super advanced technology, the initiative heavily drained Concord's resources. Consequently, the Inner Circle authorized the release of a simplified version of the Marshal, stripping it of advanced rapid deployment and electronic warfare suites and offering it to the market through authorized dealers. Concord is a special NPC faction in EVE. In high-security space, and only in high-security space, they bring inevitable consequences to anyone breaking the law. In EVE's lore, Concord is a regulation and policing organization that arose from the NPC empires, but now operates independently of them. In EVE's game mechanics, Concord ships will destroy player ships that carry out any aggressive actions on other players in high-security space. Concord does not, however, exist to defend players, they simply enforce the consequences of law-breaking. EVE players can break the law in HighSec at any time, as long as they accept those consequences. This distinction is paramount to understanding how the notorious HighSec practice of suicide ganking functions as a valid in-game activity. The game's looting and consequence mechanics help serve as a self-regulatory risk versus reward system, which makes players consider how much ISK they fit on a ship. Some modules are incredibly powerful, but also incredibly valuable and attractive to gankers. You can drastically reduce the chances of someone suicide ganking you by not fitting too many costly modules. The guarantee of Concord consequences invites both gankers and their potential victims to calculate risk. Concord Assembly. Concord is an independent organization founded a century ago to facilitate negotiations between the races to improve relations, as well as to foster interstellar trade through policing and regulations. Starting as a fledgling meeting ground for diplomats, Concord has in the decades since it was founded slowly increased its power and influence. It has become an entity independent of the races, as it is able to largely fund its own operation through customs, confiscation of contraband goods, and other means. Consolidated Cooperation and Relations Command, Concord. Concord was jointly formed a century ago by all the empires. The intention of it was to foster the fragile relationship between the empires and act as a meeting place where they could discuss their differences and hammer out a compromise solution. Concord has since taken on a life of its own, proud of its independence and determined to uphold its duties. Directive Enforcement Department, DED. The police enforcement arm of Concord, the DED has the responsibility of tracking down known criminals and attacking criminal facilities. They frequently operate outside Empire space, wanting criminals to understand that there is nowhere safe from the long arm of the law. Inner Circle. The Inner Circle is the top-level department of Concord. The policies of Concord are discussed and decided in Inner Circle meetings, which are usually closed to the public. At first, the members of the Circle were nominated by the empires, but now they rise from the ranks of Concord employees. Thus, their loyalty is no longer bound to any one empire, but rather to Concord itself. Secure Commerce Commission, SCC. The SCC is responsible for regulating and monitoring all trade transactions that take place on space stations. It has agents on all stations that record the transactions, and they also offer courier and escrow services to make trade smooth. Authority for Emergency Interdiction and Security, Aegis. Concord's Authority for Emergency Interdiction and Security, Aegis, was set up in response to increasing losses of interstellar shipping in YC-120. Concord Aerospace. Concord's Directive Enforcement Department became concerned early in the Drifter crisis that its fleet of ships could no longer meet its needs. The Concord Aerospace Division, therefore, embarked on its force majeure program to develop enhanced variants. While Concord Aerospace successfully upgraded the DED's stable of vessels with hyper-advanced technology, the program became a severe drain on Concord's resources. Consequently, the Inner Circle authorized a limited release of Concord Aerospace's designs, stripped of Concord's advanced rapid deployment and electronic warfare suites. The division was established as a subsidiary corporation to facilitate the release of these designs to the capsular market via authorized dealers. Concord Directive Intelligence Agency, CDAA. The Concord Directive Intelligence Agency is an offshoot of the DED that provides a range of intelligence gathering and reporting services to Concord. The CDIA is also known for producing the CDIA Interstellar Fact Book and its series of briefing holos for capsulars, the CDIA Files. Independent Gaming Commission, IGC. Formed in the wake of the YC-105 AMR succession trials when a group of entrepreneurs at the Secure Commerce Commission realized how popular structured combat tournaments were among capsulars, the Independent Gaming Commission has grown from a small passion project into the Concord Assembly's regulatory body for all competitive sports. With its own highly skilled team of engineers and state-of-the-art shipyards that produce low-volume, bespoke versions of the most popular hulls in the cluster as prizes, the IGC maintains a healthy bottom line from event organization, sponsorship, and adjudication across the cluster. Project Discovery. Project Discovery's Exoplanets hunting program is the primary focus of the organization since its attachment to Concord as an affiliated research corporation. Project Discovery was transferred to Concord oversight from the Sisters of Eve in July YC-119. This followed the SOE's controversial sharing of new cloning technology, partially based on Project Discovery findings, directly with the Empires, which bypassed Concord directives. The Enforcer-class cruiser is known as one of the most flexible and compact rapid attack ships in the New Eden cluster. With a core design based on a combination of the MOA and Vexor cruiser subframes, Concord's directive enforcement department became concerned early in the drifter crisis that the ship could no longer meet its needs. The Enforcer joined request accepted. Other ship classes in the DED inventory as part of Concord Aerospace's force majeure program to develop enhanced variants. While Concord Aerospace successfully upgraded the Enforcer and other DED vessels with hyper-advanced technology, the program became a severe drain on Concord's resources. Consequently, the Inner Circle authorized a limited release of the Enforcer, stripped of Concord's advanced rapid deployment and electronic warfare suites, to the capsular market via authorized dealers. Undocking. The Pacifier, as Concord's fast attack frigate, has the capability to rival the legendary high-performance Dramiel frigate from the Angel Cartel. Initially based on a hybrid version of the Punisher and Rifter frigates, Concord's DED quickly realized during the early stages of the Drifter crisis that the design was inadequate. As part of Concord Aerospace's force majeure initiative, the Pacifier, along with other DED ships, was incorporated into the development of the ship's enhanced variant models. While Concord Aerospace successfully upgraded the Pacifier and other DED ships using super-advanced technology, the initiative heavily drained Concord's resources. Consequently, the Inner Circle authorized the release of a simplified version of the Pacifier, stripping it of advanced rapid deployment and electronic warfare suites and offering it to the market through authorized dealers. Compared to the dedicated Concord models, these simplified versions strip away Concord's hyper-advanced fire control systems, defense systems, rapid deployment, and electronic warfare suites, making small-scale production possible. These ships can be fitted with turrets and missiles from the four major empires, featuring high-speed locking radar, decent defense performance, and rapid warp capabilities. After joining the militia, capsulars can earn more merits by piloting Concord ships to repel some enemies, such as sleepers in the relics. Based on the Concord insurance protocol, capsulars enjoy additional discounts when making insurance claims for Concord ships. How to obtain Obtain blueprints from the militia store and manufacture them, requires reaching a specified rank before you can exchange for the blueprints. How to obtain, event purchase at the store. New modules. Added 2 types of tactical disruptors that require advanced electronic warfare technical support to use. Currently, they can only be fitted on the Marshal ship. Shield Field Inhibitor. Disrupts the target ship's shield field modules, making it difficult to constrain and enhance shield defense fields and causing a drop in its defense performance. Armor Link Disruptor. Disrupts the target ship's armor connections, making it difficult to establish efficient links or enhance armor resistance and causing a drop in its overall defense performance. How to obtain, manufacture them based on the blueprints purchased in the guard store.
Docking request accepted.